già vinta la causa. Cosa sento? Il ballaccio io carea.
I'm a professional singer, so I'm a classical singer from the beginning, opera singer. So I'm doing both musicals and operas. And then I've also been teaching and conducting choirs.
A piacer mio la sentenza sarà.
I had been very trained to sing with a dark sound color, lower my larynx as much as possible. And I have heard that to raise the larynx and to sing in a very broad way, that's not good for the voice. When I'm doing and when I'm and that was like, I could hear it all the time, and I did it because I sang very much gospel music before. So I did it myself, but I always think that this is not good for the voice. And now I could read in a book and go here and study that if you do it in the right way, it's as healthy as anything. So I got a new area to my singing, and for my musical parts that I'm singing in Finland, it was very important. So I think I have become a better singer in many ways.
Il colpo è fatto. Vedrò mentre io sospiro, felice non sarò mio.
So the difference for me is, say I'm singing our opera aria. I have it's what I'm trained in. I'm doing it in a per medium di supremo. This Catherine would say I'm singing overdrive most of the time. Then when I was in the classical school, I learned how to, when I go into a smaller passage. I'm going from overdrive to curbing in her. So it was important for me to hear that and to get it in a physical way what I'm doing. I could also have been choosing to do to continue in overdrive, but it's very shouty. So we learned in the opera school to make it smaller. We're going to curbing. And when I came to Denmark, I could understand what I was doing, not just imagine. I could look at videos that, oh, that is happening. And then I was singing musicals. I have always been singing, what's that I smell in the air, the American dream? And now I learned I can sing, what's that I smell in the air, the American dream? Luck by the tail, how can you fail? I could sing like in a different style with the whole instrument. Sing much lighter sound color. Make it much more in that style. So it opened new opportunities. But you have to study everything in a very concentrated way, so you get out how to do it. I think it's much the same as sport. In Finland we are good javelin throwers, you know. And if you see how they are training, they are knowing exactly what they are doing. They're looking at video. They are defining every movement. And the more they know, the longer they are throwing. And I think singing is the same. It's about to get better register that you can do. You can sing higher, you can sing louder, you can sing longer phrases. You are like a sportsman, you are training you to be much more flexible. And then with these different sound colors and these effects, distortion and things, so you can explain these lyrics and you can use much more expressions. Then the important thing is when I'm then singing and performing, I have to forget it. So that the audience is not looking that here is a man who is just doing everything in a technical way. I have to have it so good trained so I can play with it, and you shall not notice what I'm doing in a technical way. You shall see the throat and the muscles.
Quando lasciar che pace, oh che sto contento, oh non accesti audace.
It's more easy to get more soul into the song if you know the techniques before, I think. But not to get stuck in the techniques. It's always the balance. It's the same with javelin throw. You have to have the feeling also. In the situation, in front of the audience, I can do much more new choices nowadays. And that's very fun. I'm getting also more, the self-confidence is growing all the time. There are many singers in the world, so I think you have to study all the time to get even better. And every time you are standing in front of an audience, I think most of us, we are very small, and the better we can do the subject, the easier it will be. So it has helped me very much. I think when I'm studying classical parts, I can get much of this CVT, but I also have to, when I'm doing a classical opera part, I also have to go to a specialist in that field who can help me with the style of it. It's a difference between Mozart and Verdi. So if I'm singing Mozart, it's good to go to a good teacher who know how to do that. So also when I'm teaching, if they are coming, a classical singer, I can take some elements from CVT, but I can also then take from my old school of Mozart or Verdi or Bach or what we are doing, much vibrato or non-vibrato, things like that. But then when our rhythmical singers are coming, I almost starting from CVT every time. I think classical singers have much to learn from CVT because it's so clear about the physical things what we are doing. So I think everyone has to learn from it. But it's what I like with it too is that no one is saying that we have been developing the wheel. It's not a new wheel. They are explaining how the wheel is built in a very, very clever way. We have to be aware of that too, so we are not going to that this is the only thing. There are many ways to roam, but this is a good way. I think we're in a very interesting period of singing because rock music is now it's not new anymore, it's history. So they have become new ways with the microphone that we're now using, new ways to use our voice. And Catherine has been very important in that period of changing. So I always noticed young students came to me, they said I would like to sing rock. And there I had my very, very, my bel canto technique that I tried to put in their throats. And that's not so suitable for rock and roll, I think. So I had very much in that field to learn. The difference with this school is that here everything is possible. Every sound that can come from your body and throat, you can do in a good, healthy way. But you just have to study how to do it. Here is the beginning of it. Here is Catherine, and here is very good teachers. And always when you come here, you are I'm putting away all the other stuff I'm doing and just concentrating on the things here. I think it's good that this is free and they are concentrating on one thing, singing, and that they can do as they want because they are not an institution still. And I think that this is important too. And they are doing research all the time, going on, finding new things.